But then it's grown to the point where we've had hundreds of people, I mean literally hundreds of people show up at places like the 94th Aero Squadron, back when we were at the Oasis in Silver Spring, Maryland, even when Sam started doing the regionals, I mean, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people, plus the fact that some of the people who knew each other online but met each other finally in person ended up getting married. Yeah. So, I mean, think about that for a second. So, to me, that's just a bonus, because again, it's all about the friendship. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to sit there and say that I'm so happy to see Atlanta do this. It's been several years since Atlanta's had something, you know, and I know, trust me, after 14 years of doing this, how difficult it can be to do something like this. You know, it's gotten to the point where essentially it's Olu and myself, because we understand what we want to do, you know, and it's to the point where Olu has enough credibility, I have enough credibility. If we do something, they're going to show up, and they're going to have a good time, because once you get in the room, you're ours. You are all ours. I'm serious. We'll joke with you, we'll laugh, we'll take pictures of your feet, we'll take pictures, Olu will anyway, we'll take pictures of your roots, it'll do any number of things, just so you can laugh about it later on. And when you stop and think about some of the history that we've had with the meet and greets, you know, it started out in D.C., and once we really got going on Black Planet, because that's where it started, at one point, I don't know if y'all realize, we had 22 other cities having periodic meet and greets. 22, because they saw the pictures from what we did in D.C. Well, we'd like to try. Well, how can I get started? So I would send them a primer on how to get started, how to follow through, how to do this, how to do that, and else. I said, but it's your show. If you want to do it differently, you go right ahead. But they did it, pretty much duplicated everything we did. And it got to the point, and I remember the first time I came to Raleigh-Durham. I met the Wonder Twins for the first time. And they can tell you, after having been to several elsewhere, that you walked into the room, everybody got greeted with a hug. Back when we had name tags, we had a man put a name tag on a woman, and vice versa, along with a hug, because we were greeting you as family. It was like a miniature family reunion. And we had so much fun laughing and joking, and then the next day we'd always go somewhere to eat, and then that's when we really got to know each other. And it's been a blessing to have friends who are still friends of mine after all these years, still having the meet and greet spirit come alive in things like this. So, I don't know, Emmy, I don't know if you knew, we had a Pittsburgh meet and greet. Down at Station Square, on the boat, up and down all three rivers. Gloria Hardy, her name was Pecan Glow, she was the hostess. It was amazing. Absolutely. And we were very proud to have Pittsburgh, our home city, actually take part of this. We've been in Indianapolis, they've had them in LA, they had it in Dallas, they've had it in Miami, New York. Of course, Sam does his in Jersey, Philly, and all that area. He had one in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, believe it or not.
Didn't y'all go to Vegas last year?
Vegas last year, which was my first time ever being in Vegas. We had a good time there.
What happens there?
I can't tell you, man.
Stays there.
I can't tell you, no. But no, we did have a good time. So the important thing is that when you do meet, again, your first duty is always to the guests. First duty is always to the guests. We want to make sure that anybody comes in the door is made to feel welcome and everything flows in there. Is it Queen? Richmond. Vanity from Pennsylvania. What's up, girls?
Not much.
Come on in the hand.
Did y'all know that we had a Bahamas meet and greet?
I know.
Look,
That was before me.
it was before you, but I tell you what, Queen was there, Vanity was there, Big Daddy was there. You know, he had his camera zoomed on every breast shot he could find. You know? He was eating conch fritters all day long. But again, we had a good time about it. All right, y'all have a good time. I'll see y'all there. And so the important thing to remember is that when we began this, it just began as a serendipitous thing, and then it became a mission. It became a movement. It became bigger than it was. And where so many people knew each other from across the country, you know, Amaryllis came from San Francisco 6 times by herself to D.C. 6 times. We had a lady named Janetta come from London, England, twice by herself. We had a lady come from Seoul, South Korea on leave to be in one of our meet and greets. I mean, this is the global reach that we had. Very humble. It was nothing special. We didn't try to make it fancy. We just said, y'all come. Y'all come. You know, then we had white people show up, like, you know, Charlene showed up.
You something out there wrong.
But the thing was, Black Planet people were welcome. It didn't matter. Because then we became friends after that. That's all that counted. Truly, that's all that ever counted. And then, of course, we have our issues that are online in our boards and discussions, and people get fired up about this and everything else, And I fought those wars. I felt the need to defend certain things, but then I look back and I just say, you know what? Y'all just crazy. Y'all work it out. They get mad. They go create their own group. They can't get along in their own group when they finish that. That dissolves, right? But they come back to D.C. They come back to Atlanta. They come back to various other things that we have in common. The most important thing is that we have each other in common. Truly, that we have each other in common. So no matter what happens before or after any meet and greet, and I say that to say that y'all don't know truly how much Olu and I fight about stuff. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, we do.
That's my motherfucker.
We know.
But Olu and I will go at it and try to figure out what's the best thing, and at the end of it, you will never ever know, right? Now, let's also understand that after the meet and greets, we started branching out. We'd have fish fries at people's homes. We'd have beach parties. We'd go bowling. We'd do anything we could to stay together as a group, to be friends, not just in that party, that 3, 4, 5 hour time slot, but after that. We had our white linen. We see Harold. We see Deborah Love Crockett. We see all these people coming up from just driving up there. We go to Richmond for lunch.
Meet me.
Just for lunch. The Kroger spot.
Yep.
Daryl, B.A. What's up? Man, oh man. The only meet and greeter ever to jump from the top of the stratosphere in Las Vegas. What to talk about? But that's the thing. So once you get to know a person for who they really are, not for what they type, then you can really value who they are. You can hold on to that person forever. And that's the key to it all. Truly, that's the key to it all. And I want you to keep that in mind as you leave here to go back to wherever you came. Okay? Tomorrow, tonight, or whatever. Just keep the spirit in mind. You're here for each other. Whatever you may type to somebody in anger or rancor online, it doesn't matter here.
I thought it was mine. Everybody was saying. Everybody did.
So the interesting thing too is that, again, we want to make sure that we understand what we're all about. We are here to be friends. We're not here just to be nosy and nebby and what kind of person is this person in real life? No. Here, it doesn't really matter. It really does not. When I think about Emmett coming all the way here from Pittsburgh, I mean, really, I would presume you probably came the furthest. I don't know if anybody came further than that. No. Don't you even try. It was a hop, skip, and jump for you to get here. She came here.
6 hours. Come on. 6 hours.
Really? Okay.
We did 2 6-hour legs to get here. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
You bought this for.
That's a lot of time for me.
It's about 10 to 12 from Pittsburgh.
No, but
if
you
I
didn't
was
drive,
right.
right?
No.
I'm saying in terms of this, you came to
Oh.
purpose away. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
5:30.
So that's the other side of it,
Okay.
Plus also, is that we didn't get a chance to compile the things, but understand this too, that we also in our history have lost some truly, truly wonderful people. Truly wonderful people. Rochelle Gates. I mean, really. Reggie Becker. Nick Hoffman. My daughter Shy. Several other people along the way. George Washington, Corinne's husband. People who came to a meet and greet, became our friends, and they've now gone on to glory. We still remember them. We honor them. And then, of course, there's Theodora Summers, which really kind of rocked all our worlds, because no one could just believe this was even possible. But she was called home. We believe it was God's will that happened, and we rejoice for her, but it also changed a lot of our lives in the offing. So it's more than just a party. It's more than just somebody typing words on a screen. It's more than you just giving your opinion about something. You're actually building bonds and quality friendships with people. Glenda asked me, she said, Donny, how long have I known you? I said, well, I think it's before the meet and greets. I mean, I got on Black Planet in 1998. I think it's been about that long. So it's been, 16 years for that friendship. And here it is still today. We're still friends. Mary can tell you, there was a time I knew everybody's Black Planet screen name. And Facebook jacked all that up by requiring real names. You know? I mean, really.
Yeah. But
You
do
know?
you really know their names though? Because we still calling each other by the screen names still.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
No, you
thing.
still don't know some of them names.
Oh, Redwood 16. Redwood 16. Okay. Did y'all know that Rita Filson was Purple Tiger? Y'all didn't know that, did you? Did you know Wanda is Juan Flo?
I knew
She's
that.
Animal 114, met at a Baltimore meet and greet, and they're married now. Again, more than just a party, more than just words on a screen, more than just some idle pictures here and there. These are actual real-life people and friendships and relationships that we have built. I will guarantee you, too, and Daryl can bear this out, that we care so much about what happened at our meet and greets, that what's up, Troll? Come on in. Come on in. We had, at certain points in our history, we had problems with guys acting out at meet and greets, and the ladies felt threatened. Okay? All they had to do was just let us know. Daryl, right? We would show up with this dude. Hey, man, what's up? I heard some things, man. You know, we don't do that here. You know, she's not feeling safe. Our venues are safe. We don't play that. We're going to need you to leave. And we're not going to need you to wait out in the parking lot for her to come out.
I'm sorry.
Y'all know what stalkers can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
never had
I'm a
anything.
stalker in there.
No, because no matter how careful your planning can be, that person can get in there with their agenda. And we just didn't play that. And I hate to say, we had to ban some people from ever showing up. That's just how strongly we felt about it. We guaranteed that every woman would feel safe. And if she needed an escort to her car, we gave her an escort. It didn't matter. It could have been snowing, it could have been raining, we were going to walk into her car. Okay?
I've done that many a time.
That's right.
Even in fans.
A moment of silence, please. Look, when y'all come to D.C., and it's not if y'all, but when y'all come to D.C. we got to get y'all done to Stan's. And for those of you who drink, Stan's Restaurant is the best drinking bar
No, every time we go to Stan's, I end up in Rockville.
in America.
Come on,
It's the
Donny.
best drinking bar in America.
I don't even live in Rockville.
Oh,
You need one.
all you need is one.
Do you remember how you got there?
No,
No,
she
no,
doesn't.
no.
And look, she was on the other side of the Beltway. She got around here somehow or another. We don't even know how she did it. You know, I was wondering, what was your first clue? You know.
So I just said Rockville.
Yeah. The Baltimore side didn't throw up. The Rockville side did. That was another
We
20
drove
miles.
back to Richmond drunk, got out,
Oh,
the cops was at the apartment. Here I'm
I
going.
don't think I ever could figure out how big that place was. I mean, it had so many mirrors.
Yeah, tucked back in there and everything else, you know. And let me also say something about the safety, too. We also had to walk some women to their car because they were afraid of other women.